Hi, this is Dr. Fab Mancini, and I'm so excited that you decided to join me on this video. And the topic today is how to become wealthy. I just find that I've been wanting to do this topic for a while because it just seems like so many of us have money in the back of our heads. From the moment that we're in high school and we start making a little bit of money, maybe doing some side jobs, and then choosing a career in college based upon how much money I can make, and maybe getting jobs and changing our careers based upon more money opportunities. But the thing that I find interesting is that many of us have never been really taught about money. What is it? And how can I attract it? How can I keep it? And if you're lucky enough to be born in a household where your parents manage money well, maybe you do have some habits and some things that you've seen. But also, many of us have not had that opportunity. So that means that we're born with perhaps parents that were barely surviving, or perhaps, families that were split in which maybe one parent managed money well and the other one didn't. It doesn't really matter, but the important thing is this: that money is very important in life. And money is essential for us to be able to do the things we want to do and when we want to do them and with the people we want to do them with. So I just want to share with you at least 3 things that have helped me be able to become wealthy. The first thing is the fact that you need to develop a healthy relationship with money. I can tell you right now that sometimes money can be perceived as more negative than positive. And why is that? And because a lot of times you see that money can also bring things to you that you're not ready for, and perhaps bring you the wrong people, or perhaps maybe you get robbed. I've been through many of those things. But I can tell you one thing is that, of course, money is more good than bad because you can do a lot of good with money. And one thing that I'll never forget that my dad taught me many years ago is that money only makes you more of who already you are. So the main thing is that you need to be authentic. You need to be who you are, and just know that if you're a kind person, money is going to make you kinder. If you're a miserable person, money is going to make you a lot more miserable. If you're a mean and bad person, money is going to make you meaner and badder over there. So how do you develop a healthy relationship with money? The first thing is you start thinking about the good things you can do with money, And also, if your self-esteem is a little bit low, and you don't feel you're worthy of attracting a lot of money, think about what good can you do for other people with that money, even if you never spend it yourself. I had a mentor one time that no matter how many millions of dollars he made, he never saw himself as worthy of having that much money. And he rarely ever spent on himself, but he gave it all away. So maybe that's something that you can do too. The other thing is that you got to start really nurturing this money like if it's your best friend. How would you treat your best friend? Would you take care of it? Would you nurture it? Would you make sure that it's taken care of? Make sure that you communicate properly with it? I mean, really, if you look at money as a great relationship, as a good friend is to you, I have a feeling you're going to have a much better opportunity to become a wealthy person. So look for any opportunity to develop a great relationship with money. The second thing that I want you to consider is that, and this is really probably one of the most common sense basic rules that most of us violate every single day, and that is don't spend more than you make. It just seems like we live in a society right now that credit cards are so easy. I mean, I have 2 kids that are in college. I mean, one kid in college, the other one in high school, and they're getting notices in the mail to get credit cards. If you go to a bank, they always tell you, oh, you can get your children a debit card. If you have credit cards as an adult, they always tell you, but you can always get a credit card for your child too. It's just so easy to do that. And one of the things that I find is that we live in a credit world. And the challenge is that when you live in a credit world, it's much easier to spend more than you make because you don't really see the exchange. Let's say that you make $1,000 a month and you have $1,000 in your wallet, right? $1,000, and that has to last you all month. You're going to be very careful how you spend that money. But if you have an unlimited credit card or a credit card with $5,000 limit, you may be spending $1,500, $1,800, maybe even $2,500 or all $5,000 because it's much easier to do that. Our feelings are really what decides what we spend money on. It's not our logic. So we got to make sure that we we don't spend more than we made, and make sure that you understand how much you make and what it takes you to make it. I can tell you from a personal experience, when I finished my career as a doctor, I remember my parents wanted to set me up in a nice office, and a beautiful office in Miami, Florida. And I remember talking to my mom and dad and saying, I wanna start from nothing. I wanna be able to understand the value of a dollar and what it takes to earn it. And thank God I did that, because I started very humbly in an executive suite with not very much at all, but I was able to grow it and build it, and then of course retain it in the future. So I want to make sure that every single day you take a look and make sure you don't spend more than what you make. And the last thing, and this is very important, is that you need to save between 20 and 50% of everything you earn. And what's interesting is that you may be saying to yourself, Fab, that's crazy. How can I save 20% when I rarely even have enough to go by? Well, if you really, really pay attention to what are your needs and not your wants, you'll be surprised that you can live on 50% or 70% of what you earn. And one of the things that I find is the fact that if we don't save, then we never really get to appreciate and enjoy what is called the law of compound. And the law of compound means that every 7 years, that amount of money multiplies and doubles, right? So that means that if you put $10,000 aside, every 7 years, that money is going to be $20,000, right? Double the amount. But what's interesting is that if you keep putting and adding every single week, every single month, a little bit of money, then that compounding law just multiplies even faster. But if you don't save any money, you'll never get to enjoy that. You'll never get to appreciate that. And that's really how the majority of the wealthy people have made their wealth, is by being disciplined enough to put money aside every single week, every single month, every single year. If you do that, all of a sudden you see that the amount of money that you put away keeps multiplying and adding to it just by the simple law of compound. Now listen, if you like these 3 things, which I know are going to help you become more wealthy, I want you to right now subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want every single month that you get the notices about these videos that are hopefully going to be things that are going to help you in life. Second, I want you to go to my website, drfabmancini.com, and I want you to put your email and your name, because I want to send you things that I only send to people on my website. And those are special event invitations. There may be special gifts that many of my friends will give me to give to you. Many things that I know you will enjoy in this journey towards personal development. And the last thing is that I want you to FaceTime and Twitter like me and friend me. Why? Because every single day I do my own tweets and I send you a lot of great information as to where I am, what I'm doing, and some inspiring quotes that I know it will make your day. And sometimes that's all we need. Just a simple quote that is going to help me maybe look at my day a little bit different, but it's going to put a smile in my face. So thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this journey. I can't wait to see you on the next video.